Yo, what is going on, guys? And today I got a new video. Today we're gonna do something different. We're gonna be trying watching some scary stuff. But I will say that this wasn't my idea. I got this idea, or was inspired by a guy named Corey. The link in the description is down below to his channel. Make sure you check him out. Yeah, with that said, let's get to the video. Alright, this one is called the bathroom stall. Let's go, guys.
So this happened a few months ago. I'm 26. I was at JFK Airport in New York with 5 friends. All of us were about to fly down to Florida to spend the week in a beach house. We had a few more minutes to kill in the airport before we would board our flight, and I really had to go to the bathroom all of a sudden.
Oh no.
I was baffled to see a line out the door for the bathroom. I noticed a janitor walking by, so I asked her if there was another bathroom nearby that wouldn't be so crowded. She laughed and told me she shouldn't really be telling people, but there was another bathroom past the door she was pointing at, down a narrow flight of stairs and to the left.
Oh, hell no.
I thanked her because she was extremely nice and followed the direction she gave me. Sure enough, behind that door that no one would think to open was a small stairway that led down to a really poorly lit, skinny hallway. It was so narrow that if 2 people were to pass by each other, one person would have to stand against the wall to make room.
That's crazy.
I found the bathroom right away. The door was extremely heavy and hard to push. Also, the lights were on inside of the bathroom, and it was filthy in there. It was evident that nobody ever really came in there to clean. Now, this is a little embarrassing to mention, but when I go to the bathroom in public places, I always try to make sure nobody else is around to possibly hear me going. So after checking the stall to see that it was unoccupied, I went back into the hallway for a second to take a look down both directions. To the left, there was somebody standing at the end of the hall, in a dark, unlit section of the hallway. It was a disturbing sight, to say the least. All I could do was awkwardly pull my head back into the bathroom and try to pretend we didn't see each other.
This dude really went back into that bathroom. Listen, if I was in that situation, I don't know what I would do in that situation, but I sure as hell am not going into that bathroom. We're either fighting or we running. I don't know, man.
I went into the stall and just stood there biting my fingers for a minute, dreading the thought of that door opening. And of course, it did.
See? Big mistake, bro.
I saw the man's black shoes under the stall door as he walked to the stall next to mine. He shut the door, and then there was silence.
Yo!
No sound of the man unzipping his fly or sitting down, nothing.
Above you. Yep.
I realized I didn't really have to go anymore, and went to unlock the stall door. That's when I looked up and saw the man's head peering over the stall, looking at me. I nearly had a heart attack as my screams bounced off the walls of the tiny bathroom. I ran back up those damn steps and out that door, and then casually walked back over to my friends. I was breathing heavily, but nobody seemed to notice. I didn't tell anyone just because it was embarrassing, and I didn't want my friends to make fun of me in any way. I know, I guess that seems stupid now.
It does.
We went on to have our Florida vacation and all had a good time. Of course, the thought of that creepy man haunted me every night that week.
Bruh. I rate that a good like 7 out of 10 maybe. Pretty solid story. Wasn't that scary though, in my opinion. Alright guys, so this next video is gonna be a commercial. Apparently it's really creepy and scary. So and I actually never watched this before, so let's go, guys. Oh, hell no. Kind of commercial. What the? What the fuck? What kind of commercial is that? Oh, it's a couple of them. Okay. I'm honestly at a loss for words. I'm so confused. Hold on. So why would me being afraid of Ronald McDonald would want to make me go to your restaurant or your fast food place? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
2002 or 2000? Like, he's like, if you don't buy my food, this was gonna happen. It's terrible commercials. The hell is this? Yeah, shit was trash. Yeah, it was like a 2 out of 10. It was creepy, but it wasn't scary. Move on to the next video. So this next video is gonna be an animated story again. The eye infection, nasty. This is gonna be gross. I could tell.
I once woke up with a hot, raw pain on the skin around my left eye. It was a sty, flushed and gleaming like a pimple, no larger than a pea on my upper eyelid. I tried to treat it with eye drops. A week went, nothing. A certain doctor prescribed another bottle of eye drops and some antibiotics. Nothing.
Oh god.
I woke up only to be taunted
Why
by
is
the
it watering
sight
like that?
of the cyst
Don't
on
touch
my
it, bro.
eyelid. The vision on my left eye was obscured, and pus would sometimes leak out of the sty and into my eye, leaving me with an awful burn. 2 weeks later, the sty had doubled in size. I saw doctor after doctor, subjecting myself to eternal array of antibiotics and eye drops and placebos. Nothing worked. By then, my left eye vision had completely disappeared, and the sty began to pulsate with an indescribable scalding heat. On the third Tuesday, I woke up gasping and sweating and shaking, heat bursting
What
from
the
my left eye. A damp warmth had covered
That shit
the
mutated.
entirety of my left cheek, and a putrid smell snaked its way into my nostrils. It was the smell of rotting eggs and battery acid and burning plastic. I leaped out of bed and ran towards the mirror. When I saw my reflection, my stomach churned. As I heaved over the sink, I trembled. My left eye socket was left
What in the
hollow,
world?
a gaping red hole, oozing with white pus. My face was sticky and burning. The sty had disappeared, and so had my left eye.
What do you even do in that
My head
situation?
suddenly weighed
Like, really?
like a ship's
That's
anchor
fucked.
to my feeble body. The yellow bathroom tiles looked red to me, and the smell of air freshener suddenly smelled like breakfast on a Sunday. It disgusted me. I vomited again. My knees buckled. My knuckles turned blue. My mind was overcome by fog. I fell onto the floor, unconscious, bathed in a frigid lack of understanding. I woke up to the sensation of my left eye being nibbled on, and my senses immediately returned. I sat up, swatting at the air, when I hit something solid. I opened my right eye, which was hot with pain,
Oh
and saw
no,
a gray
no.
face
That ain't no sty.
right
That's a
in front of
demon,
me.
bro. You got possessed.
It belonged to a scrawny creature, almost human-like, with white eyes as big as saucers on its vacant face. Pair of chapped lips sat calmly above the bony chin, wet with spit and God knows what. It staggered away from me, naked. I saw that it had no belly button or genitals, and in place of feet were another pair of hands. I opened my mouth to scream and was caught.
Honestly, if you were like in that situation, all you can do is pray, cause there's nowhere you could go. You're screwed. All right, let's see.
Off guard when it suddenly crawled up the wall like a lizard and disappeared through the small window in the bathroom. I stood up feverishly and looked at myself in the mirror. My left eye was gone, and on my right eye was a
Oh my
sty,
god.
flushed and gleaming like a pimple, no larger than a pea on my upper eyelid.
Damn. That shit's just creepy, yo. For those of you who don't know what's a sty, well, the guy kind of explained it. It's like a pimple on your eye, but you can't pop it. It's weird. Yeah. Yo, I'm getting ads like for every video. Alright guys, so this next one is sleepover stories. If you guys have sleepover stories, and let me know in the comment section down below. I really don't have any creepy ones that I can think of, but yeah, let's just go. Ooh, first victim, Anthony.
This happened when I was 15 years old. My best friend Anthony wanted me to come over for the night since his parents would be gone all weekend. I rode my bike over and put it in his backyard before letting myself in through his back door. We played basically every video game he had, from FIFA all the way to Call of Duty, with popcorn and other junk food spilled out all over the floor. As the night progressed, we moved from video games to watching half a movie and getting bored to doing prank calls at close to 10 o'clock. Anthony made a few calls to different pizza places. When it was my turn, I just dialed a few random numbers in hopes to get someone at their house. On, say, my fourth attempt, I finally reached somebody. A guy with a deep and rough voice picked up, answering with a yeah instead of a hello. Anthony's laughing in the background made me stumble with my words mid-sentence, ultimately cracking up into laughter. I had never done a prank call, so I sucked at it. The guy on the other end was silent. I regained a straight face and tried to continue with the call. It went something like this. Sir, would it be alright if I borrowed one of the wheels from your car? What's your name, kid? My name is Bob. Really? You sure it's not Anthony? It hit me like a brick. I looked up at Anthony, whose face was noticeably full of fear. I hung up the phone, not wanting to be on the line with whoever that was for another second. Anthony, who the hell was that? I asked him. I don't know, he told me. Does your caller ID info display your name or something?
Yeah, probably, right?
No, it shows my dad's name. We hopped on the computer and did some research, trying to figure out how it was possible to get someone's name through their phone number. It didn't make sense how he could get
This is why you don't prank call.
Anthony's name so quickly. He was way too young at the time to be on any of those personal information sharing websites. We ended up asking a question on Yahoo Answers, since no one had a similar experience. The question turned up no answers. I suggested he call his dad, but he said he wasn't supposed to have anybody over for the weekend, so he didn't want to call.
Hold on, this guy is sus. Please, lock the doors, lock the windows, bro. The first thing you gotta do when you get something creepy going on like that.
We planned on sleeping in the living room, so we just resumed watching the movie that we hadn't finished from earlier. Right after the phone call had left my mind, me and Anthony looked at each other when we heard his front storm door opening, and then the doorknob to the front door began to turn.
What the
It only was able to turn about halfway before the lock restricted it. Anthony turned off the TV, and I went over to the window to see who it was. I spread the blinds open.
Why?
There was a tall guy standing outside. He noticed the blinds moving and turned to look at me.
Bozo.
I practically threw the blinds back into place. Me and Anthony hid in the kitchen, listening for any more noises. We heard the sound of the gate to the backyard opening, as it was right outside the kitchen window. God damn it, I said. I forgot to shut the back door.
Oh my god.
Anthony urged me to run and shut it. I made it to the hallway leading to his back door, and froze. There was a silhouette standing outside the back door. I don't think he noticed me, but he was surely looking into the house. He opened the door and stepped inside.
Dude, what?
I tiptoed to the kitchen and motioned for Anthony to follow me upstairs. We made it to his room as quietly as possible, pulling the door shut to avoid making any noise. We crawled under his bed. He had cloth covering the bottom of his bed, so you couldn't see anything under it unless you actually moved the cloth. The doors downstairs all opened, each one getting closer to the stairs. Thumps finally began up the stairs, and he was right outside the door now. The door to the room opened. I could hear Anthony's breathing. It was too loud.
Your breath smell like shit.
Footsteps moved over to the closet, and then the closet opened. I could hear the coat hangers being slid around as the fabric of the jackets and coats rubbed against each other. Footsteps moved over to the bed and stopped. I felt like my heart was about to explode out of my chest. Anthony's breathing was too loud. I had to cover his mouth with my hand. Nothing but silence in the room now. We laid still for so long, I almost thought he wasn't even in the room anymore. I moved my hand away from Anthony's mouth and whispered in his ear, "You think we can make a run for it?" He was about to answer when the most disturbing, memory-haunting scream I'd ever heard filled my ears as Anthony was seemingly dragged out from under the bed.
Yo, that's not even funny, bro.
I crawled out and saw him struggling with the man. I desperately looked around for anything to use as a weapon. I settled with the screwdriver sitting on his nightstand.
What?
I hurried over to the man and drove the screwdriver into his back. He let go of Anthony as he let out a scream of agony, giving us time to get the hell out of the house. Running onto the road would give away our position too easily. It would take too long to make it to his neighbor's house. We dove for the tree line in the woods and took cover behind a bush, watching the house. The back door opened as the man stepped outside, looking around the backyard. He then looked out to the woods. I felt his eyes pass me as he scanned through the tree line. It seemed that it was too dark for him to see us. Then, he turned his head back in our direction. I ducked behind the bush. "Joe, he's coming." "What?" "Dude, get up, we gotta run."
What is this
Right.
guy doing?
The man was
Run.
approaching us fast. How could he have seen us? We ran through the woods with the leaves crunching under us, giving away our position. When Anthony tripped over something, I crouched down with him, hoping we had run far enough. Not even 20 seconds later, oncoming footsteps from the direction we were running from came fast. They slowed down only 2 trees away from us as we lay face down in the leaves. Moments later, the footsteps take off in another direction. We waited until we could no longer hear them and took off back in the direction of the house. While running, over the sound of leaves crushing and my heavy breathing, I could swear I heard leaves crushing from behind us. We made it back to his backyard, into his house, and this time remembering to shut the back door. We were now able to call the police. Anthony stayed on the line with them, while I patrolled the back windows making sure nobody was out there. It was so dark though, I couldn't see anything. So I did something that seems stupid today. I turned on his backyard lights, and immediately in the distance, over by the woods, I saw him, standing in front of a big tree. He turned off back into the woods and disappeared out of sight. That was the last time me or Anthony ever saw him. I would be lying if I told you we heard the occasional knocks at our windows or something cliche. No, that was it. 5 years have passed and nothing has happened. Do I wonder if it was somehow linked to the prank call? Maybe. Does it make sense? Not really. But yeah, this was the story of how me and my still best friend Anthony almost died during a break-in.
See, the confusing part about that is that how is it possible that he prank called someone that was like close to him, you know? That's nuts. Unless that guy on the phone call had like contacts with somebody from his state. I don't know. That's nuts. That's nuts. Alright guys, this might be even more scary than the ones before because it's more like a short film. It's not animated. So we'll see how this goes. If you're wondering, the link to these videos are in the description down below. Oh no, it's not. It's not like it's animated. Never mind.
Good morning from InfoCorp headquarters, Sector 7. In keeping with our promise to you and the shareholders to stay at the forefront of innovation, and in order to stay strong in the turbulent marketplace, today we will finally activate the Rhizom Act system, which will increase efficiency by as much as 8%. You may experience some brief blackouts as we work out the bugs during implementation this morning, but your board should remain functional, so you may continue to work. Thank you for your patience as we take this important step forward.
D2 2 A1 U2 2 G3
What did you do, bro?
Titan B4 B5 2 M2
Wait, I forgot the title of this. What was it?
Ben 1
Up
2
there.
and 4
So far, like it looks amazing. Like almost realistic in a way.
to B3
It's giving me like Robot Chicken vibes. If you guys know what that is.
M3 to Q3
What the?
Warning, you are 15 seconds behind. If you can't not complete the order in 15 seconds, you will be officially cited.
Cite me up. I'm not dealing with this shit. Fuck that.
B3 2 A1
How did he remember the other one?
2 B5
He panicked. Uh-oh. You gotta hurry up, man. Just finish this shit and get the hell out of here. You know what that looks like? Looks like Laffy Taffy.
M3 to U1
Oh. I don't understand why he's still doing it. I would have been banging on that door like, get me out. The hell?
W3 to O1 L3 to meter 2
Yo, how much does he have to do?
U1 U4 2 K
Oh, actually got eyes. That's ET, bro.
Warning, you are 15 seconds behind. If you can't not complete the order in 15
Oh,
seconds,
step on that.
you will be officially cited.
He cracked it.
Your shift ends at 5 p.m. You have been issued an official citation. Your shift ends at 5 p.m.
He trying to leave. Oh!
Citations in one working day will result in automatic termination.
Damn. His life is flashing before his eyes. It's over, man. Oh my god. He dead. Damn. Welcome to hell, bro. And that's how Robot Chicken was born. No way, is that his face? Holy crap. Oh no. He killed it.
Attention, Rhizomet team.
Oh, so they're
Action
experiments.
protocol Eli approved. Proceed with cleanup. Employees at B5, G8, and L44 have avoided integration.
What?
Subject at L44 is fleeing toward them sector. Rhizomep system implementation complete. Report back to Alpha.
That's crazy. So basically they were like it was like a experiment. So I guess they failed it, and because they failed it, they died. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory, but that's crazy. That's crazy. It's pretty good. That was good, like 8 out of 10 maybe. Yeah, pretty good. All right, guys. So this is the last video we got today. If you like these scary videos, let me know.
It was a typical boring day in calculus, only it was Friday, 7th period, meaning the week was almost over and spring break would finally be upon us, so everybody was getting antsy in their seats, I could tell. We didn't have a test that day like a lot of my friends did with their other teachers, so our teacher in the middle of class just decided to start playing games with us on Sporkle.com.
That's lit.
He was a very laid-back teacher like that. As we were doing some brand logo quiz on Sporkle, I remember the exact moment it happened. Right after my friend answered a question, I remember the exact answer too, Adidas. The dean's voice came through the loudspeaker. He sounded panicked and frantic as he told all the teachers this was not a drill and to go into lockdown.
That's crazy, because that actually happened to me before. Back in high school, around like 7th and 8th period, at the end of the day, after lunch, I was just chilling in the computer lab, and some dude, apparently some dude entered with a gun, and we were in the room for like about 2 hours. It was crazy. But actually one of my friends actually got mugged. Fortunately, nobody got hurt. The guy just mugged a couple people in the hallways, and he ran out. Pretty much it. But it was pretty scary for a moment. Not gonna lie. You just never know. Like, it's scary when someone enters in with a gun in your school.
I actually got the chills, and I got goosebumps on my arms as our usually laid-back teacher too seemed panicked as he ran to turn off the lights and ushered us to the back corner of the room. We all sat in silence for about 2 minutes, and then the usual buzzing that came from a panel in the back of the room ceased, indicating that the school must have cut all the power. We all looked at each other, realizing this must be serious. A few more minutes of waiting later, we heard a man screaming at the top of his lungs coming down the hallway. 2 girls in the class actually started crying, which made all of us even more scared. As the screaming got closer to the classroom, the lunatic-sounding man started banging on the lockers while screaming, "I'll kill all of you."
Oh no.
It was at that moment that I started to fear for my life. My teacher shushed us as we all looked at each other to see our peers' reactions. The banging then moved from the lockers to our classroom door,
There's blood on the floor.
and that's when one of the crying girls screamed no. The banging on the door only grew worse as the man started screaming, "Open up." 2 of the girls in the class were crying out loud now.
You gotta be quiet.
It felt like an eternity that man was pounding at the door. But eventually, he finally continued down the hallway, screaming like a mentally insane person until we could not hear him anymore. I'd say 10 minutes later, though it felt like half an hour given the situation, The dean came back on the loudspeaker explaining the situation, which was surprising for him to do. He explained that some apparently mentally unstable person entered the building and assaulted the woman sitting at the front desk, causing her to flee the building screaming, and staff wasn't sure if the man was armed or not. Now, this was before the school had cameras or could afford proper security, so the school was wide open to something like this happening. The staff had done a sweep of all the hallways and classrooms and couldn't find him, so the dean instructed the teachers to resume teaching.
You can have like security at the front door, but that doesn't mean like the other exits like around the school is protected. So I'm pretty sure when like that dude entered my school, like back in high school when I was in high school, I'm pretty sure he got in through the back door. And yeah.
But to keep all the doors locked and to not let any students leave for any reasons. The most disturbing part, however, is that one of the janitors working the night shift found the man sleeping in one of the storage closets near the back end of the school, and according to rumors that were spread by my peers, sticking out of his pocket was a .44 Magnum. The janitor must have done something stupid to wake him up, for example, leaving the closet door open, because by the time a police officer could arrive on the scene, the man was gone. My entire class, as far as I know, to this day, has no idea if this man was ever found, but I like to think that right now, he's being given the proper help that he needs.
Hopefully. Alright guys, so if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and leave a comment down below what you thought about the video. And if you have other suggestions for other scary stories, make sure to also leave a comment down below. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, favorite, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.